Hello and welcome to my review of the LEGO Technic 42175 Volvo FM and Volvo EC230 electric excavator. I do believe is the name. It's not exactly a snappy title, but it very much describes what you get in the set, which is a Volvo FM 4x2 truck cab, a low loader, and a Volvo EC230 electric excavator. The excavator features the pneumatic system to move the main boom up and down along with the dipper arm. So we will be having a look at that in a second, but let's first start with the truck and trailer. Here is the truck and trailer on their own, and as you can see, it's a very long unit, so long that I've had to pull my camera out so that you can actually see the edges of my filming studio here, which aren't exactly supposed to be seen. But that's the way it is when you have something this large. It's 68 centimeters long, which is, I believe, around 27 inches when it is straight. I have it jackknifed at the moment to fit it in here. So we'll have a look at each bit separately, but just wanted to show how they look together and the unhitching mechanism, which is quite cool. The trailer features legs, which are moved down here mechanically, and then the fifth wheel system, you can simply slide this piece here and then you drive free, and it's simply just a slider here and the pin on the trailer locks in there, so you push it this way to unlock it and you push it this way to lock it. It really works quite well. It does take some good aim though to hitch it back up to the trailer, which you can see has a kind of simulated fifth wheel, which actually looks really good. And it does work very well. It's a very secure and free turning connection. We'll look at the trailer just now first. How about that? I'll move the cab out of the way. Let me just pull the camera in a bit. There we go. So here is the trailer. It's not particularly complex, but it works very well for what it needs to do. It has some pieces on the deck here to hold the digger in place, and up here to hold the battery charging unit, which we'll have a look at in a second. It's a tri-axle trailer here, just uses super single axles, which you can see there. It's got a couple tricks up its sleeve though as well. You already saw one of them. Right here are the two control knobs. This one does the legs at the front, so keeps it upright, very nice. And then this one operates the ramps at the rear. So yeah, and then you can drive the excavator or anything else up. Yeah, many LEGO vehicles will fit on it, even ones from the Technic range, built into a similar scale as this. And yeah, that's about it. It's got some reflective kind of warnings here, because the excavator does overhang slightly, so, and these can be folded down to let the excavator get past. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. You can see the chassis underneath there, with the Technic pin, the Technic mechanism there to work the ramps. Whoa. And on the back, there is your brake lights, reverse lights, and indicators. So, yeah, that's about it for the trailer, but it's handy and it does its job well. Here is the cab unit itself. It is a Volvo FMX 540 to be exact. It's a 4x2, which is a kind of interesting choice to me, since this is obviously intended to be kind of a heavy haulage truck, hauling this, 23, I believe it is, ton digger. It's for heavy haulage. And then they give you a 4x2 cab. It's strange that it's not a 6x2 or even a 6x4 to me, but, there you go. This is a Volvo FMX, which is the slightly toughened up version of Volvo's mid-range cab series, the FMs. Not quite as large as the FH, and as you can see, it's got the 540 Euro 6 engine in it, which is the largest engine available for this model. And it looks very accurate to the real one. It's of an FH5 generation, as you can tell by the front headlights, and the Volvo logo with the more modern logo there. And yeah, I think it looks really good. As long as you squint your eyes, you can clearly see what it's trying to be. Yeah, I think it looks very good. No complaints really with the looks. One thing to note is if you are building this set, just be very careful the way you put these little bushing pieces on. You can see that this one isn't right, this one is. I'm going to change that. I just left it deliberately to show you that you should at least get them all facing the same way, otherwise it looks kind of funny. And it is obviously a shame about some of the blue Technic pins showing through on the white. I think the black's okay, but the blue is kind of a shame, but kind of come to expect that from Technic. So it has a tilt cab on it, which is activated by simply unlocking it here. You can pull this pin out. There you go. Push and pull it all the way out, but there we go. And then the cab tilts and holds itself up. And you can see it's got a simulated 6-cylinder engine in there, which is what the 540 Euro 6 is. It is indeed a 6-cylinder. And you can see there it spins. Obviously, you wouldn't want to be seeing, you know, the top of your pistons in real life. If so, that means most of your engine is missing. But it's a cool little feature, and it adds to the that kind of immersion of it and the Technic-ness. Just noticed that piece wasn't pushed in. The steering is disabled when the cab is up, which is quite funny. And then when the cab goes back down, the steering just slots into place. And then this pin locks it, which is quite good because then to move it around, you can push on the cab and you don't have to worry about it tipping. The steering is good. It's got a decent amount of lock. It's not fantastic, but it's all right. One thing is when you're moving it without the trailer, by pushing on the cab, you tend to do that because it's very heavy on the front and very light on the back, but that's to be expected. You can see at the back here, it's got a large Volvo sticker on the back of the cab and then 2 smaller ones on the mud flaps with, again, reversing lights, brake lights and indicators provided there. I do like the build for the air intake there at the back of the cab. It is set up as standard as a left-hand drive, but I would think you could change it to right-hand drive fairly simply. You can see it's got opening doors there on each side and stickered mirrors there. There we go, very nice. And you can see that there is 2 nice seats inside. Oh, and yeah, you can see quite how easy it is to change it to right-hand drive. They've even included the piece of the steering wheel. Very handy. Yes. And there it is from the front. There's a lot of stickers used in this set. A lot of stickers. I will show you the sticker set at the end. But I think they all look good. You just need to make sure to apply them well. I tried my best. Some are better than others, but I think overall did all right. There's a couple of horns on the roof along with flashing lights. And that is pretty much everything for the cab unit. I do like the use of the wheels to make the double tires for the back. That looks really good. And the fact you can see the drive shaft spinning there when you move it. Yeah, I do like that. That's a nice feature. We will get to the excavator in just a second, but first, here is the battery charging kind of unit. This sits up on the front on top of the 5th wheel of the low loader, and it features an opening door here where you can see the trays of batteries, which can be slid out and then slid into the excavator. Not in the set, but in real life, obviously. And you can see again, it's got a couple of Volvo stickers on it there. And these chains are used for lifting it with the excavator. I will show you how that works in a second. And the side is plain, but the side has got a chain anyway. Got another sticker there for a fan for cooling it. And then here is the cable for charging the digger. You can simply unwind it. And then this plugs onto a point on the outside of the digger, which I will show you now. So here is the excavator itself, and I think it looks very good, especially this section. It really does look like the real one. Again, with the stickers though, you've got to be very careful applying these, and unfortunately just to the way Lego stickers are made, no matter how good at applying them you are, because there's 3 stacked like that, you're always going to end up with a gap. So, slightly unfortunate, but still looks good. Yes, before I show you any closer details, I'll actually show you the pneumatic functions working. So there's 2 controlled by these 2 levers up here on the back. And here is the pump, which is a manual pump, but that's fine. So you can control the dipper arm there. That is pulling it in, there you go. And pushing it out. And then you've got the main arm up and the main arm down. Look at that. Very nice. And you can also kind of, in a way, pump it and build up air pressure in the system, and then choose what you want to do, and it will kind of almost do it on its own. I think you're better kind of choosing your function and then pumping it as you go, but yeah, it does work very well, and it's good functionality. And the bucket, the way the bucket is connected, you can see that the bucket curls in when the dipper arm is retracted in towards the main boom. The bucket curls up, which means you could, in theory, actually pick some material up with it. Some sort, maybe some Lego studs or something non-Lego as well. So let's actually just keep that off the ground slightly, and we will have a look at the details of the rest of the digger. So it features obviously a 360-degree turntable, just like the real one. There you go. So you can see the stickers to tell you what each function does. And nice big Volvo sticker on the back there. And yes, the cab again features an opening door with, you can see a seat in there, and there's a little display up there which shows the digger's information, just like in real life. I keep changing between calling it an excavator and a digger. I think properly it is an excavator, but you know. The bucket is made actually of two buckets, which is a clever idea to get around the problem of having to create a new bucket like mold to be scaled to this, but it does mean you've got this internal wall inside your bucket, which is a bit annoying because it means you can't scoop anything too large up with it. But it works, and it got them around the problem of needing to create another mold. You can see you've got a mirror here, and there is also one around the back here, and flashing light on the cab, and a work light there. It also functions. What am I saying? The tracks don't work very well. They are the large plastic tracks, and unlike some Lego City diggers or Lego City tracked vehicles, it doesn't have a cheater wheel underneath. You can see there's nothing there, just tracks, and it means if you're on a hard surface like I am here, they struggle to rotate. This has actually it's a little bit grippy, this, but if you're on a wooden floor, they just kind of slide like that, and it makes your digger kind of look like it's moonwalking. It's slightly unfortunate in that. I understand why they've done it. It looks better not having a cheater wheel, but it does mean it slides about a lot, and it slides getting onto the low loader. It doesn't actually drive up as you'd expect. You just kind of have to push it up, and it just slides up, which is unfortunate. I do think it would have been better had they included one of those, cheater wheels. It functions, but it's not as good as it definitely could have been. Also, the building of the tracks is rough. I think it's bag 13, and that's all you do. It's like 60 links you have to put together into the two tracks. So, that's a fun one to look forward to. But apart from that, I think it looks good, functions well. There's the point to connect the charger to. Nice little step here. And yeah, that's about everything. But I think it looks good, and I think it functions very well, except for the tracks. Grr, so close. Here are all the spare parts included in the set. There's nothing here too interesting, although this large orange tube piece could be handy. It's not one of the pneumatic tubes, it's just one of those kind of hard plastic tubes. It was used on the excavator around the cab. But I think, they are what they are. Good to get them, I guess. And then here is the sticker sheet. I'm just going to have to zoom out so that you can see it all. Yeah, a lot of stickers. 40, I do believe. Yeah, a lot of stickers, and a lot of them have to be applied very well to make it look the best it can be. But I think they do all add to it, but good grief, that's a lot of stickers. So overall, I do really like this set. I thought I would. I'm a big fan of Volvo trucks and Volvo construction equipment, so it was kind of the perfect set for me. This is obviously, I believe, the second recent licensed Volvo piece of equipment Lego have done. They've done a few in the past. I think they did a wheel loader in the past, and another excavator, actually, a grapple excavator. But recently they did the large A60H hauler. I believe that was set 42114, something along those lines. I don't know. If I've got it wrong, I'll put it in below. But I do like this set. I think there is a couple problems. The more I look at it, especially on the box art, the blue pins on the cab unit do kind of annoy me, especially the ones down by the light here. That is unfortunate. There's not a lot they could have done about that due to their internal rules on colouring pins, but it's a bit of a shame. And I don't like the tracks on the Excavator, the fact that they just kind of skid along. I think they look fantastic with the idle rollers looking great in there, but the fact they just slither about the place and don't actually grip is a bit annoying. But apart from that, the rest of it I do think is really good. The truck looks good, it looks realistic, so does the digger. I believe if I turn the box around you will see a picture of the real things. No, maybe not. Okay, never mind. But no, I think it looks good. The pneumatic functions work really well. It's probably one of the best sets actually for them working, I think. Again, the pipes do look slightly unfortunate. The grey one in particular. The black looks okay, because there would be real hydraulic lines there in real life, but the grey one is just a bit much. At least there's no blue ones. There is blue ones deep down inside this section, but you can't see them, thankfully. Yeah, I think it's a smart looking set, and I would recommend it to anyone thinking about purchasing. Does this side have the real one? No, there's no picture of the real one. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, there you go. So let me know your opinions on this set in the comments below, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye for now.